taking over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. It's pain-free Friday. Ferrall's doling out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad seed, the broken, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up should be along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the Aisle Seat podcast, the rights holder of the Sheet of Integrity, and the Put It With the Golf guru. It's Carver High this afternoon. Mafia running it with Luke. I am your father. The rundown for today on C2C. How about a double shot with Morency this very hour from British Columbia? And within the walls of this hour, our boy Cody Decker from Mad Dog Radio on Sirius XM to talk baseball. In the final hour, Elvis, look at him, in the building. From the fourth period and Sirius XM NHL Radio, it's Denny Bernstein joining us. And then Coach James Young, a final tune-up before the Final Four in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome Saturday night. A lot developing here today, Carver High. I had a 25 burger this morning, but I think I may have tweaked the hammy a little. I'm having hamstring difficulties all day with everything I do. So I must have done something to myself. And then we did flex the dinner plans to tonight. We have flexed. I'll be going out tonight to a nice spot for the farewell dinner for the young gun instead of tomorrow so that I can stay home and watch the Final Four. I'm not going to be caught with any of the shenanigans with my pants down at a restaurant trying to leave the table to go to the bar to see what the score is. Not having it.
Can't have it at all. That was a smart play by you. That was you could not, go into that Lions Den tomorrow night looking for some nice meal while they're,
when they're
it would have been right in the second half of the first game, Florida Auburn, and you're like, you're waiting for the dinner to come out and
2-point game.
If it was you and Young Gun sitting at the bar, that would have been all right. But you got too many other factors that are involved in that. And then
what am I going to do about my injury?
Time heals all wounds. Is pretty much.
I don't even know how I did it. Like, I don't even remember popping it or anything. I just know that when I left there, I just started feeling something in my hamstring all day. And then I'd go downstairs to do laundry. It hurt. I go back up, it would hurt. I got up. I was on the sofa. I got up to turn on the baseball game. It hurt. I went upstairs to take a shower. It hurt. I was like, I think I got a hammy. I think I got a little hammy, a little ham bone.
Ice it down tonight. That's really all you got.
I got the thumper on it.
You got to put the thumper on it. I've got opening night for Willie's T-ball team tonight. Has their first game. So for opening night of the T-ball
Big Willie
season,
with the big stick.
Willie, what are you going to do? I'm going to hit it to the moon, he said this morning. So, all right. So, hopefully he's going to hit it to the moon off the T-ball, off the tee tonight.
Is this first game ever?
First game ever tonight.
He's going to come up big. 4 for 5. 5 RBIs, 2 home runs.
Unfortunately for us, though, he plays for the Mets. He's on the Mets this season, which is just...
What kind of communist setup is that? What happened there? What is that? Who's in charge of that? The guy that scored at 8-6?
They're playing the Buccos tonight, though. Mets Pirates in the T-balls. So we're up against the Buccos this evening on opening night.
So we're forced to root for the Mets.
Yeah, I guess we're forced to root for the Mets. We do have real Major League Baseball going on this afternoon as well. Opening day home openers in several cities this afternoon, including Detroit, home opener against the White Sox, where they have gotten not one but 2 homers from Kerry Carpenter to take a 6-1 lead on the White Sox. The Red Sox have their home opener at Fenway, 5-1. They lead the Cardinals right now. They got a 5-run first, spurned by a 3-run shot by Trevor Story. He's still in the league. 3-run homer for Story over the Monster today, and they are up. And the Padres just got a solo home run from Martin, don't call me Candy Maldonado, to tie the game 1-1 at Wrigley, where, let me tell you, it looks miserable out there at Wrigley Field today.
Winter jacket.
I mean, it's got to be like 30 degrees, and the wind's blowing in today. I'm actually stunned that Maldonado ball got out, and it scraped just over the basket to get out. But it is a tough day for hitters at Wrigley Field. But 1-1 Padres Cubs, the business special. Opening day in Chicago. We have a game starting in a couple minutes as well. Citi Field, home opener for the Mets, as they have the Blue Jays in town this weekend. It will be Tyler Megill and Kevin Gossman. Minus $130 for the Mets, plus 110 for the Jays. We're out to a 5-2 start, by the way. 7.5 the total at Citi Field. It's actually warmed up a little bit around here. It ain't gonna be so bad for baseball out in Queens.
Yeah, it's nice here. It's not a problem here in terms of the weather, but I am stunned that the Jays are 5-2. They turned it around from getting their ass beat. Remember when Barrios got lit in that home opener?
Yeah.
And they've turned it around, and they're 5-2. The Mets have to win their home opener, don't they? They got to get it done at Citi Field. Can we get a W today in front of the fans in Queens?
I also just saw they gave obviously a huge ovation for Soto being his first game in front of the Met faithful, but they also gave a huge ovation to Vladdy Jr. when he was introduced on the Toronto side. They all expect him to be a Met next year, I guess. They all got up. The big ovation for Vladdy when he was introduced on the other side. I hope he gives him the business and homers today now off of them. I hope he destroys them today. I hope.
Well, make a move then, Slugger, and do a deal with the Mets.
We have a bunch of other games starting in the 4 o'clock hour, which we'll talk about later, and I'll give you those numbers, including, yes, the Yankees in PNC. Home opener for the Buccos today, as your boy Helen Keller will be trying to get
against
Aaron
Fried Chicken.
Max Fried Chicken going. So we'll do that and the rest of the afternoon games later on. Of course, also today we will spend a lot of time. Finally, we're here tomorrow. We just said at the Final Four in San Antonio. We'll have Florida and Auburn in the first game, Duke and Houston in the second game. A week of talking is over. We finally will get on the court tomorrow night, Scotty.
It's still brutal to make it till tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. It's just brutal. It's brutal. I'm playing ball in the morning, and then I got a brunch I got to go to, and then then you still got to sit on 6 hours of, in between time. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. But I have picked up on Bosch Legacy, and I've only got 2 more episodes to go with your boy Harry Bosch. If you ever watched that show, that's another good one that you missed out on. There's been I think they had 5 or 6 seasons of the regular Bosch, and then Bosch Legacy, 3 more seasons. And it's finally dried up it's dried up.
If I'm going to pick up something new at this point, it's got to be something that's only got at the max 2 or 3 seasons. I can't get invested in something 5 or 6 seasons long. It'll take me 3 years to finish it. I won't be able to get it done. I need something shorter lifespan.
Are you managing Willie's team too? You got 2 teams you're running?
I didn't take the head responsibility because it was too much, but I am an assistant on the team. I am helping.
Third base coach.
Yeah.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
So you can catch SportsGrid Sports Rage every night at 10 Eastern till midnight along all of our TV and radio outlets with Gabe Morency and his pal, the Prime Minister, Cam Stewart, live. We get Morency for a double shot every day from Vancouver. I want to start with the Mocs. You cannot deny the Mocs in tournament games. They won out for me and covered out for me. And what a game. Overtime. And then how about the guy missing the bunny to win it?
I was on the air, Scott, live when it happened. I nearly had a heart attack. I was on Irvine on the money line. An absolutely wild game. We talked about it, man. It was a good bet taking the points. Like, these games were so close in the NIT, and this was no different. It really was one of the craziest endings I've ever seen in my life. Like, it really was. And not just like the last couple of minutes of the game itself, Scott, were wild. And it was like, I can't believe this just happened. And then it goes to overtime, and it repeated itself. Like the overtime, it literally went back and forth, 81. And like they both scored. They went back and forth. And it looks like, oh, my God, Irvine are going to win. And then, oh, my God, the Mocs score. They take a 1-point lead, and there's only 1.7 seconds left. Guys, 1.7 seconds left. They need to go the length of the floor, Irvine. They're under their own basket. They're down one. The kid, it wasn't even really a good pass, Scott. He just sort of threw it. Like it was like, I'm going to throw it as far as I can. Yeah, he just sort of threw it up there, and you could tell like he put all into it. It wasn't easy for him. He's like, throws it all up. The center on Irvine somehow like gets his hand up on it. And I'm thinking, man, catch and shoot, bro, catch and shoot. Except he like sort of like palms it to somebody under the basket. It's like volleyball, like, whoa. And dude's right under the basket alone. All he's got to do is jump up and put it in, and he missed it. That kid's going to be haunted for life, bro.
I couldn't believe he missed it.
He was alone under the basket. He was alone.
I mean, he was alone. I couldn't even believe it. Even if he would have made it.
He sort of pushed it. Like,
even if he made it, you would have won on the money line, and I would have still hit the three.
Yeah.
But he missed.
Wild.
And then he needs a string.
They were all crazy. Villanova beat USC by 1 only yesterday. 60-59. That was tied late. These games have been really competitive. Yeah, Cincinnati, UCF beats them outright. So there's been some wild stuff going on. But yeah, that was some wild stuff last night, Scott. I was on the air. I nearly swore a few times. I just couldn't believe it. But it was one of those. I'm glad I was watching it live. But hey, fun game last night. Congratulations to Chattanooga for cutting down the nets.
I recommend swearing, and I think there should be more of it on this network. But that will not pass at the boardroom meeting. But I'm putting my vote in for more swearing. Passion and swearing in sports go hand in hand. All right, let's talk about the Final Four. Game 1, Florida and Auburn tomorrow night in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome. And who do you like there?
Well, this is like the Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other, right? This is as tough as it gets once again. But I'm going to go, and it's. I don't know if I'm going against myself here, Scott, because I was pro Florida coming into this thing like a lot of other people were. But I think Auburn are going to get them. Florida is just a little bit shakier to me than Auburn. Florida have dodged a couple of bullets. I think Auburn are going to beat them in the paint, Scott. I think Auburn's physicality will play through. I think Florida are a better shooting team than Auburn. So it's going to be a battle, bro. I think it's going to be like a 3 or 4 point game. But I'm going to take the points. Since we're getting points here, I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers in this game, Scott. Although I think either one of them are going to lose on Monday night after, personally. But I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers plus the 2.5. I think the glass and the defense will be the difference.
All right, in the nightcap at around 10 to 9 on CBS, it's Duke and Houston in a great one.
Similar situation. I actually picked Houston to win the tournament. Like, that was my team coming in. I want it to be cute, and I don't know if it was really a long shot. Not really. But, I got Houston in my brackets. I got a Houston future. But with that being stated, Scott, I'm sticking to my guns here. Duke, I don't think Duke are going to be beat, bro. And I know a lot of people this week I talked to are, talking themselves in and making reasons why about Houston's defense. And, they held them to 54 points last year. Cooper Flagg wasn't on the team last year. It was a little bit different. It's like talking about, we beat the Edmonton Oilers before Wayne Gretzky was on the team in a the WHA. Good for you.
When he was playing in Indy for the Racers.
Yeah. Well, we beat the Indianapolis Racers before Gretzky was like, good for you. He wasn't there, right? They're a completely different team now. And listen, I think this Houston team is great. So one thing, listen, ball. The most impressive thing about the Houston Cougars, Scott, is defensively how fast they get back on defense. It's like a blur. You know what I mean? How many times did Tennessee get a rebound? And Tennessee can push it. Tennessee have fast dudes. And Tennessee will get a rebound, try to push the pace. And it's like Star Trek, where they beam themselves up back to the other side of the court.
They're great.
You don't even see them run back. It's just sort of like, oh, look, we got a fast break. It's like, no, we don't. There's 5 white jerseys in front of us again. Where'd they come from? Man, they get back fast on defense. So listen, if you're Duke, the only way to beat Houston, take them out of their defense. Don't let them set up. They set up, they're going to stop you. You've got to get them running. Don't let them set up their half-court defense. You know that the Duke Blue Devils are aware of this. I think they're going to get after it. I think the total's a little light, Scott, at 136 and a half. This is not going to be a 54-51 game like last year, guys. These two teams played last year. I think it was the Sweet 16. And Duke beat them by 3, 54-51. It was an ugly game. I'm thinking more this, the winner's going to get into the 70s here. I had Duke win 76-69 or something like that, in my opinion, Scott. I think Duke are going to win. I think Duke are going to cover.
Houston's had problems where they've had stretches where they can't knock down shots.
7-minute stretches.
5-minute stretch the other night. I think they're going to have that problem against Duke. Duke's defense is every bit as good as Houston's. It's a little different, but it's the same concept. I think it's a lot like Krzyzewski and Knight's man defense. It's incredible. They're great. And they have been able to manipulate defenses, good defenses, and score against good defenses. I think Houston is going to be the one that has trouble scoring against Duke. When we come back, we'll talk Dodgers and Phillies. That's going to be good.
We all know nothing beats the energy of playing live roulette in a casino. But playing roulette online sure does have its perks. At the casino, you'll average 40 to 50 spins per hour. But online, you're looking at 100 to 150. The more spins, the more chance of wins. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
4 number ones, 4 champions, 4 teams that battled and clawed their way here. But here's the thing about 4 number ones. Only one can truly be number one.
Incredibly difficult.
When the stakes are highest, there's only one place to get all your betting insights. SportsGrid. We've got you covered until only one remains. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
So Soto's having his first at bat at Citi Field right now in a full count, and he's going to pop out. So everyone filmed his worthless at bat. I can't imagine he's going to be there 15 years. I really can't. I'll be lucky I'll be alive. He'll still be playing there, honestly. I can't fathom the deal that he got from the Mets. And then tonight, your boys are playing in Philly at the Bank. And it's Yamamoto against Luzardo in Philadelphia. What do you think? They're 8-0. Do they keep winning?
It's unbelievable. The Dodgers start to the season, and they've got San Diego right there as well. Man, this NL West is a real beast this year. You know, they're not going 162-0, right? So eventually they're going to lose. Listen, the Dodgers are only hitting like 235, guys. There's a lot of stuff, like, you know, the Dodgers are not like tearing the cover off the baseball. They're winning because of pitching, and they're winning because they're very, very patient at the plate. I think, like, technically, I know they're 1 or 2. I think they're number 1 now, but like, they're very good, Scott, at like walks. The Dodgers have a lot of professional hitters. They rack up the pitch count. They get to the bullpen fast. They just grind you out. It's not like they're scoring 12 runs a game every day or anything like that, but they systematically wear you out. I think they're number 2 in home runs. The Yankees smoked all of them, but Dodgers are hitting a lot of home runs. They're walking. They're getting on base. I always think, Scott, like, the biggest threat, and no disrespect to the American League, but I don't think, like, you know, I think the winner of the National League wins the World Series, right? It was like last year, like with San Diego and L.A., and the Dodgers admitted after, they said no disrespect to anybody else, but we looked at San Diego as kind of like our World Series, right, that they were the ones that were going to be the toughest team to get by. I think Philadelphia right there, Scott. You know, San Diego, man, people dismiss them because their owner died, and you got the turmoil with the family and selling the team and all that stuff.
7-0.
In the clubhouse, and you see what Merrill said the other day, Scott. Took a little shot at Soto, right? Said, I'm not about $700 million, and I'm about like a family and a team, and I actually talk to people. Like, he basically said Soto didn't talk to anybody. So he called Soto out as a mercenary a little bit the other day. Subliminally. Yeah, so the way he did, like, unlike some others, I actually like to be on a team. And, like, he went deep, Merrill, the other day. But that's a happy clubhouse, Scott. Like, I don't care. Like, do you think the players care that, like, the family have a feud? What do you care if you're a player? Your check is clearing. What do you care?
I could
the
care less.
sister and the brother are arguing about who owns. Like, who cares?
Polar bear hit one out.
Alonzo.
Humanity.
2-run shot.
He's the man. Can you imagine they wanted to get rid of him, and now he's
I
back
know.
with the Mets,
More
and he's hitting
home
home runs. He was hitting home runs the other night to win that game in extra innings.
He is the Mets, Scott. He's the face of the Mets.
is.
Like, he's the heart and soul. He's the one who came up with the let's effing go Mets. Like, he is the Mets, this guy. I couldn't believe the way they treated him.
So let me ask you, what do your thoughts?
Sorry, for the Dodgers and the Phillies. Just for the Dodgers and Phillies.
Yeah.
Listen, if the Dodgers can take 2 or 3, I think they're going to lose eventually. You have Yamamoto on the hill here tonight. Let me just throw this out here, guys. Yamamoto usually gives up an run in the first inning. I'm going to play. I'm not a big run in the. I used to play like no a lot. I used to do it in the old days. If I'm going to do it now, they'll go, yes. You get these early runs. Look at this. Guys hit home runs early. Yamamoto usually gives up a couple early runs and then settles down. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a run in the first inning. There's no Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's on the DL now, at least for 10 days. So that's unfortunate.
Have you ever wiped out in the shower, Morency? Have you ever had a shower accident or any kind of groin tear in the shower?
Come close a few times. And as I get older, Scott, I'm starting to think. I grew up with my grandparents for a while. And I never forget. I grew up as a kid, Scott. I had the rubber mat in the bathtub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they had the bar on the side and everything. So
Yeah.
I sort of grew up around this stuff. And as you get older, it sort of crosses your mind, doesn't it, Scott? You're like, you know what? You see those like bathtub commercials on TV, like with the seats and all safe.
Well, how about the ones where you have to step over the the shower still? And I have one of those, and I step over, and I've caught my foot a few times. I've had a couple of bad ones.
Yeah. So it happens. But Sasaki is pitching tomorrow, guys. That's something to keep your eye on. He got rattled. He's rattled a little bit.
Right.
Kid, listen. The kid was crying last week.
He cries.
Now you're going to Philadelphia of all places. Like, it's the worst city to go
They'll
to
make you
for
cry.
the next start.
So we'll
see what Sasaki has.
What do you think of the Mets fans cheering Vladdy and basically begging him to come to New York next year?
Smart move. It's a little bit pathetic, but pandering. It's your season opener, and you're cheering for a guy on another team. Vladdy's going to stay with the Jays. Take the Birmingham Stallions tonight.
What an impressive debut it was for Mackenzie Gore of the Washington Nationals. He ended up having the most strikeouts of anybody thus far in a Major League Baseball game this season. Buy or sell, George? Mackenzie Gore will be a top 15 fantasy baseball pitcher this season. Top 15. Buy or sell?
These questions are made up by Sam Yarnell, our producer, man behind the glass here. Who's a Washington Nationals fan here? You ever get the feeling that he just made this where you have to say bye? All right, because top 15? Yeah, I think he'll be top 15. Come on, Sam, make it top 10. Make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe even top 5. Yeah, I think he's got the upside to be that. Once again, he is a good pitcher anyway. Once a top prospect here, you're pitching in a good pitcher's ballpark here. I think the upside is there for him to be much better than top 15. Top 5 may be pushing it, but I think he'll be inside the top 10. So yes, I am all on board the Mackenzie Gore train.
All right, yeah, I think that I am going to buy this too, man. I don't know. He's just, and again, it's not just that one start for me. I think I have the video somewhere. I was like literally sitting behind home plate for one of his starts in Palm Beach, and I was like, wow, like this guy's stuff looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm going to buy it too. I think he's a potential Cy Young Award candidate. As George said, you're dealing with bigger markets and bigger names with LA and some of the other teams. Arizona's got some great pitchers too. But I think he's definitely in the mix. And look, do I think he's a top 2 guy? No. Do I think he's a top 15 guy? Yes. I'll buy that. As his season, I think, is going to be a special one for him.
Fantasy Sports Today. Weekends starting at 8 a.m. Only on SportsGrid.
So the polar bear hit one out, and the Mets have a lead. What else is going on around the show today? Little Brian Daboll.
Yeah, a couple of other things. The Cardinals got a little closer to the Red Sox. How about this Ivan Herrera? Remember he hit 3 homers the other day for the Cardinals? Another one this afternoon, a 3-run shot that makes it 6-4 Red Sox now in the top of the 5th inning. So the Herrera on fire right now, getting involved. All right, here's what else is happening. Top of the hour in Colorado. A's and the Rockies, both teams off to tough starts, I guess you could say. 2-5 for the A's, 1-5 for Colorado. Osvaldo Bido and Ryan Feltner getting involved today. The A's are minus 125, plus 105 for the Rockies. 8.5 is the total. Now, you're probably saying 8.5, Coors Field. What's that all about? It's about 30 with some potential snow showers out there in Coors Field this afternoon. So not exactly hitting weather for the Rockies and the A's.
Yeah, look, I think the A's are going to struggle there with Libido against Feltner up. I'll take Feltner up and Rado Rockies at home in the snow and ice. What a miserable, I've been there before for games and froze my ass off. And, all these teams, I got to be honest, the Twins with Target Field, they're playing in 30-degree weather. Like I said this to you yesterday. I don't see the point of it. Honestly, why not just have a kick-ass indoor stadium? I really don't get it. You don't see even Arizona. They don't play in that heat. They play indoors, and it is what it is. I don't like the freezing cold markets. Don't tell me some team doesn't have a disadvantage in the cold weather. Like today, the Padres are playing at Wrigley. It looks like it's 30 degrees out there. People are wearing parkas, for Christ's sakes. I don't like it. I always know it's cold at Wrigley when there's no leaves on the vine on the wall.
Not ideal, Scotty. Not ideal for all that. It should be a little bit nicer out in San Francisco this afternoon. Here we go. We have Justin Verlander pitching the home opener at Oracle against Louis F. Castillo. The Mariners have 2 Louis Castillos, not the one you're thinking of, Scotty. This is Louis F. Castillo, who's starting for the Mariners today. Minus 150 for the Giants, plus $1.25 for the Mariners, and a 7.5.
Am I not so I'm not tripping. It is Louis Castillo, the good pitcher that's going for Seattle.
No. That's not this pitcher. This is Louis F. Castillo, middle initial F. This is not the same.
Yeah, well, then I'll
Louis
take
Castillo
the Giants.
That pitched the other night.
Then I'll take the Giants. And I think
Louis
Verlander's
Castillos.
shot, and I still want to sleep with Kate Upton. Are we on the air? No, don't talk about sleeping with some.
Don't talk about that. Nobody wants. No, don't say. Well, I wouldn't say nobody wants that, but we're not going to talk about that right now. And finally, the only other late afternoon game is at PNC, where the Yankees and the Pirates will open things up. Max Fried against Mitch. Don't call me Helen Keller. Yankees minus 175, plus $1.45 for the Buccos, and a 7.5 is the total.
I got to take the Yankees based on their bats and the fact that the Pirates don't hit ever. I mean, if they score 2 runs, it's a miracle. A miracle. Literally every day. They are the worst hitting team I've ever seen. And the Yankees destroy the ball. I don't care who's pitching. Give me the Yankees at PNC. In fact, the whole weekend. Just ring it up.
Ring the bell all weekend for the Yankees out in Pittsburgh. Just
ring it up. I mean, everyone's going to hit one. Jazz, Volpe, Judge, he's going to hit one. Rice is going to hit one. I mean, the whole team's hitting home runs this weekend at this place.
Yeah, they certainly are. Speaking of the Yankees, let's finish up some stuff from last night with them. There was only a couple of games, as you know. Yankees beat the Diamondbacks and avoid the sweep 9-7 at the stadium. Look who was at it again. Right out of the gates in the first inning, number 99, Aaron Judge on the Yes Network.
Driven out to right center field and deep. There it goes. See ya. his 500th extra base hit, his 5th home run of the year, and a 3-0 Yankee lead.
I mean, it really is unbelievable. Like, you know, does he not have more? He has more RBIs himself than the entire Rockies team right now, literally. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. He has more than the entire Rockies team. Someone just went big fly for the Cardinals. That was a shot. Whoever hit that out. I did not see who it was, but a long fly ball. Looks like Brendan Donovan going deep for the St. Louis Cardinals. So
is that
a
5-1 Donovan's cousin?
Ray Donovan's cousin, Brendan. So what was once a 5-1 Red Sox lead is now 6-5 in the top of the 5th inning. So
spoil the home opener at Fenway.
One more from Judge. Of course, the Yankees needed all 9 of those runs. You had that late grand slam by Perdomo for the Diamondbacks that got them back in it. They scored a lot in the 6-game homestand. Judge says you can never let off the gas.
We never exhale. It's we've seen that too many times in this game where you score early and team answers right back. That's what they kind of did tonight. They had that big grand slam late in the game. So it's just kind of been our thing. The beginning of this year is don't let off the gas. Keep scoring until you get that final out, and we were able to do that tonight.
There you go. Very exciting.
Very exciting stuff from Aaron Judge. I will also tell you, last year it took him 28 games to hit 5 home runs. This year, only took him 6. And what did he end up with last year? What was it, 57 last year? Is that what 58. So he got to 58, and he only had 5 on April the 28th. So,
his 58th home run was the last hit he had in September, and then he never had another hit at all the rest of the postseason. Right. He literally did nothing. I mean, he literally went over in October.
And then the game that he did hit one, he dropped the ball in center field.
The line drive in the 5th inning. Who could ever forget it? I still have flashbacks, even when I'm driving.
The only other game from last night, what a turnaround for nasty Nestor Cortez after getting smashed by the Yankees.
Be kidding.
6 shutout innings as the Brewers beat the Reds 1-0. And how you feel to be the Reds, Scotty? They've lost 3 straight games, 1-0. They've had great pitching for 3 straight games, and they haven't been able to score. First time since 1960 that has been accomplished by a team, losing 1-0 in 3 consecutive games.
I mean, I don't know what's worse, losing 1-0 3 straight games, or the Pirates opening the season with 3 out of 4 walk-off losses.
I think it's harder. It's harder to lose your first 3 losses all be walk-offs. I think that's a harder thing to accomplish. And that was what? The last time that happened was in the 20s? When we
in
did
1924, and guess who it was against? The Pirates.
So if that was 1924 and this was 1960, that's pretty much where it comes down to for it. So nice job by them. So there you go. I'll give you the rest of the stuff later on after Cody, including tonight's games, where we do have a good night slate. Braves are finally home after starting 0-7. They need a win. And the Dodgers and the Phillies, Yamamoto in Philadelphia tonight. Can they finally lose a game? They got to lose at least one of the Phillies this weekend, right? You going to lose at least one game?
I think so. I don't know about tonight, but I think they're definitely going to lose a game in Philly. I think that the Phillies can beat them.
Not going to go after Yamamoto tonight, it sounds like, with Jesus Luzardo later on.
Yeah, not really.
The games for the night.
Guys are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks, and again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Duke has looked really impressive, and it's why they are a minus money favorite to go ahead and cut down the Nets in San Antonio. Kevin Willard's a hell of a coach. There's no mistaking it. Sussman's going to kill me. I think he's going to do a good job at Villanova. The Villanova people are very happy with him, and they think that he's going to do a great job.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Always good to hook up with Cody Decker from Mad Dog Radio on Sirius XM, my boy. Hey, so baseball's underway. I want to talk to you about a lot of stuff. Great to see you, Kat. I want to talk about this kid. First of all, Herrera for the Cardinals hitting all these home runs. He hit 3 the other night. He hit 1 today to make that a good game at Fenway, but all of a sudden the Red Sox have runners on second and third in their home opener. But how about this kid hitting all these home runs?
Ivan Herrera. Listen, I really haven't heard much about him. A little bit last year. He had like 230 at bats last year, 5 home runs and 4 already this season. I'm not a believer in this Cardinals team. I'll freely admit that. I think that this is going to be a unique year and maybe even a down year for the National League Central. But listen, you can make a case for the Cardinals to do this, especially if you got Ivan Herrera actually continuing doing this going forward. I look at this team, they did nothing. And I'm shocked actually how well they started out the gate. And I'm also shocked at how bad the Reds have been out the gate. But listen, the Cardinals are no joke as of right now. I just wonder how long they're going to be able to maintain that. I don't think it's going to be very long.
I don't think so either. So we were talking about the Reds had lost 3 straight games, 1-0. And then remember the Pirates opened up losing 3 of 4 walk-off style to the Marlins. And now they've gotten back on their feet, and Skeens won a game. They've won a couple games. I think they're going to be in trouble against this Yankee bat attack that they got going. This lineup scoring runs and hitting home runs. The Pirates don't hit. I have never seen in my life a more putrid, batting order. Because I'm a Pirate fan, and I watch them, and they're just torturous to watch. They suck so bad. The only guy that even remotely hits is O'Neal Cruz. That's it.
Dude, I don't know what else to say other than this is a franchise that is a proud franchise, a storied franchise, and a franchise that hasn't meant anything to anyone in roughly 3 decades. Basically, the moment Barry Bonds walked out the door is the last day that team has been relevant, and that is frustrating to say. Frustrating. This is a team that has the very best stadium maybe in all of Major League Baseball, a diehard fan base, a city that's got the Steelers and all their tradition there, yet you got an owner worth billions of dollars that won't spend a penny on anybody. This is a franchise that, frankly, had Jason Kendall was their highest paid player of all time until 3 years ago. This is a team that's brought up Tyler Glasnow, making millions over there with the Dodgers. Garrett Cole, millions over there with the Yankees. It's not like they can't develop. They absolutely can, and they got a young core group of guys. But once they start to figure it out, they're not going to be able to pay them or afford them. They can. They just won't because your owner is so damn cheap. They're the most frustrating franchise I've ever heard of in my life. I'm trying to decide who is the most frustrating franchise in baseball. I keep looking at the Pirates, and dude, you're the Pirates, dude. Like, why can't you figure it? That guy's worth billions. Pay somebody.
No, he won't. And then Skeens looks like he needs a shrink. Thank God he's got that hot girlfriend because he looks miserable playing for the Pirates. So the Padres have been incredible, at least the way they started at Petco. They're down 2-1 today. Cubs have the bases loaded at Wrigley. It's freezing cold out there. Will the Padres hang with the Dodgers all summer? And the West has been great with the Giants. Even the D-backs look tough.
Well, actually, I think the D-backs are a playoff team. I've been trying to tell everybody ad nauseum. Dude, if you sleep on the D-backs, you sleep on the D-backs at your own peril. I think it's going to be Dodgers, Padres, D-backs. And when you say keeping up with the Dodgers, I think that's going to be a relative form. I think these are 3 playoff teams. And the Giants, by the way, are no slouches themselves. It's just funny to me that the Colorado Rockies are just doing all of the losing in the National League West for the rest of the teams, as they've all lost 1 game, or some, as you mentioned, the Padres and the Dodgers, 0 games, where the Giants have lost 1. The D-backs have only lost, I think, 2 at this point. This is a very good division. I think the Dodgers are going to win 110 games plus. I don't know how they're even going to lose 52 games. I don't know how they're going to lose 40 games. I really do not know how this team's going to lose a game. So the Padres and the Diamondbacks are going to keep winning. Great. You're not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with this team. Basically, get to October and give yourselves a chance to beat them in October, because Dave Roberts knows how good the Padres are. The Padres should have been in the World Series last year. The Padres blew it in that 5-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the year before, the D-backs knocked out everybody and went to the World Series. And this is a better D-back team right now than the team that was in the World Series 2 years ago. That pitching staff.
Did you like Merrill talking smack about Soto's deal and the deal that he got for $135 million, that he's all about team and family? And you know what I'm about is bikinis and surfing and sunshine. I would have signed that deal too. I don't give a rat's ass about Soto's money, but I do like bikinis and surfing.
Being born and raised in LA, I can tell you right now, I love me some surfing. I love me some bikinis, man. And as a fat kid, I grew up a fat kid, dude, in LA, and trust me, I can't stress this enough. I had to occasionally wear a little bit of support up there just to keep, keep safe.
It's You're not fat anymore, bro. You look ripped. Whenever I see you, you're ripped. You noticed? Look at you. I mean, honestly, it's the gun show. I thought that was next weekend.
Oh, sorry. I can't help myself. I grew up fat in Los Angeles. It did a lot of damage to me at a very young age. But to answer your question, I mean, say whatever you want to Soto. The guy's going to walk away with $800 million. I don't think anyone can say anything, sadly.
What about the Braves? I've never seen the Braves 0-7 in my life, and I'm not really having a problem with it.
Me neither. I don't know. Every once in a while, it's nice to see that. Dude, I grew up watching the Braves on the Superstation on TBS every single day because it was all that was available to me practically.
Right.
Listen, I had this team going to the playoffs, and I did not expect this calamitous start to start the season. Now, it's early enough. Austin Riley hasn't gotten it going. Olsen hasn't gotten it going. Acuna Jr. isn't even back. Who knows what we're going to see out of Spencer Strider as the season goes forward. But on paper, this team should be a playoff team. But right now, the Phillies just won't stop, and I think the Phillies are going to want to ride with that division.
All right, so I got 30 seconds. Give me your Final Four. Who do you like in Florida, Auburn, and Duke, Houston?
Dude, I am all chalk this March, and rightly so, because I'm 10th in my bracket right now. I'm going Florida Duke, man, and I got Duke winning it all. You call me chalk all you want. You won't call me chalk when I'm right in 3 days.
All right, bro. Listen, enjoy the games tomorrow. Enjoy the baseball all weekend long. It's always good having you on Coast to Coast. Thanks for coming on after your show, where your weekend should have already started. Always good to see you, brother, man.
I do anything Scotty Ferrall asks. The end.
My man.
Love you, bro.
Thanks, dude.
Are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks. And again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
They won the game, and a lot of people, I think, are, prematurely writing them off. Like, I heard a lot of people say they're not even making the playoffs this year.
What I give them credit for right now, Scott, I'm not going to pencil them to win the division yet. Let's see how they do. What I give the Red Sox credit for, and this sounds like silly, I give them credit for actually trying this year.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Duke has looked really impressive, and it's why they are a minus money favorite to go ahead and cut down the Nets and San Antonio. Kevin Willard's a hell of a coach. There's no mistaking it. Sussman's going to kill me. I think he's going to do a good job at Villanova. The Villanova people are very happy with him, and they think that he's going to do a great job.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Yeah, I watched that Twins home opener yesterday at Target Field, and they were freezing their ass off there too, Mike. And I thought to myself, what a miserable, honestly, situation, the way they play in that cold. And then, of course, the Astros ruined the day for them.
The Astros did ruin the day for them. Of course, we were on when they had those Walker and Pena home runs, and they were able to make that stand up as it got colder and colder into the night. 5-2, Astros do get the win over the Twins.
Did you see Altuve in that game, Mike? He was, I think he was, was he 0 for 5 of 5 strikeouts?
0 for 5, 5 strikeouts. I think they said first time he ever had 5 strikeouts in a game. Maybe first time he had 4 strikeouts in a game as well in his career. He has looked horrible, especially in – go ahead.
Horrible.
Especially in left field. Remember, they moved him from second base to left field.
Yeah.
He has been a complete butcher out there. Now, I get it. He's still learning the position, but he has been miserable.
Who's their second baseman now?
Position. They have been playing. If you give me a moment, I'll punch it up.
What they should do is move him back to second base before it gets worse.
They've got so many no-names on the team now. It's hard to keep track. They are playing Brendan Rodgers, the guy they got from Colorado, at second base. So he's playing second, and Altuve's been out.
Put him out in left field,
and he's been a hack.
Why would you? Honestly, let me ask you this question: why would you move that guy that's won World Series and that has done All-Star games left and right and played that Gold Glove position basically at second? Has he not? Like, he's done everything for the Astros, and then they shaft him and move him to left field? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I think that was a bad move.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they probably have somebody with a computer in there who told them that he would be fine out there, and he's
also
and
4
all
foot
those
tall.
things.
There's guys going to be hitting shots over his head left and right. The guy, how high can he jump? I mean, he's literally looks like he's in 7th grade.
He does look like that. There's no question there. So they're actually off today because they opened up yesterday. They'll be back at it Saturday and Sunday in Minneapolis. 3 bullpens have not allowed a home run yet this season. The Cardinals, the Mets, and the Red Sox. Now, the Cardinals and the Red Sox are playing each other today. It's 8, as you know, it's 8-5 right now in the top of the 6th inning. I think that's going to change today with these two. First of all, that's already ended for the Cardinals because Matz gave up 2 runs out of the bullpen. So that's already over. And for the Red Sox, Buehler gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, and now their bullpen is in. But that's 12 outs that the Red Sox bullpen's going to have to get, and the Cardinals already have a man on here. And here comes this Herrera, who's up now, who's been red hot.
We got to start putting him on the Tater roll call.
He's definitely trying to work his way onto the list. There's no doubt about that. So I think that at least 2 of those 3 teams are going to be off that list within a couple of hours. One already is. And finally with this one, the city of St. Petersburg. You remember, they're supposed to build a new stadium, then they're not building a new stadium, then they are building, now they're not again. So now they have to fix the Trop because they don't want to play at Legends Field, Steinbrenner Field, forever. So city of St. Petersburg is going to spend $22.5 million to fix the roof at Tropicana Field so that the Rays can move back there next season.
Well, I mean, first of all, how about not putting a balloon up there? You know what I mean? Like, I think they should, cover it completely. I mean, they have hurricanes down there. That's what destroyed it. And, I heard someone say, and I know exactly who it was, and I don't want to, offend anyone that I'm friends with that say stupid things. But leave the roof off and just play in it. Like, are you kidding? Do you not know how much it rains in Tampa, St. Petersburg every afternoon from 4 to 7 p.m. every single day in July, August, and September? It literally rains there every day. I mean, deluge. I'm talking like the flooding. They get inches of rain. You can't play baseball there without a roof. And that's why the Rays are playing at Steinbrenner Field, and they're going to play their entire G-damn season on the road. They're playing, 47 games at home at the start. They're going to play 20 games at home at the end. And in the middle, it's all road games because you can't play it at Steinbrenner Field because it rains too much. Play without the roof and just play in a major league park. There's nothing wrong with Steinbrenner Field. When I saw that today, I wanted to puke.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.